Good afternoon. I'm going to make some Texas fried taters with bacon and onions. Now, west of the Brazos River they're taters. East of it they're potatoes. Brazos River sort of divides Texas in a north-south direction. Cattle country west of it, cotton country east. But since I came from north of the Canadian, which would put me in the western part of Texas in the cattle country, I'm going to call them taters. So come go with me on a visit on cooking some Texas fried taters. Well, to cook genuine Texas taters, you need a genuine Texas skillet. Now this, while it looks like cast iron, isn't. This is a steel skillet. It's an Empire brand. Got a patent date on it of 1873, and it weighs less than half of what a cast iron does, but in my opinion it does a better job of frying things than cast iron does. Going to need the skillet, couple big russet potatoes, and 2 slices of thick sliced bacon. Now if it was thin sliced I'd want 4 slices, and some onions. Okay, I've already got the bacon cut up in about 1/2 to 1 inch pieces here, and put those in the skillet and let those start cooking. Now the reason for cutting it up like that is so it's bite-sized, just like the potatoes will be. And it's also to get the bacon grease for cooking the potatoes. Nothing fries potatoes like bacon grease. Well, the bacon is cooking right along. It looks like it's about half done. It's still a little soft. Keep it cooking. By the way, this old steel skillet is a lot older than I am. My dad had it when he got married in 1926, he and my mother. And stories that I've heard that this came from well before that, before he was born in 1892. So this would have been shortly after he was born that it was made, or shortly before. Well, the bacon is crisp, so I'll take it up and leave the grease. Set this aside. And put the potatoes on. Now I peeled the potatoes and cut it in chunks about 1/2 inch each direction and stuff like that. I ought to cut them all roughly the same size so it cooks at the same rate. Break them up here where they've been cut. And tumble them in the bacon grease. Get them all coated. And now we're going to turn the heat up a little bit more. And just let them get happy there. I'm going to season my potatoes at this time. Now this is a mixture that I make of my own. It's equal parts salt, black pepper, paprika, and cumin, and just sprinkle it over them. And that's pretty well done. Well, they're cooking right along. Need to turn them over, raise them up from the bottom. They'll be browning on the bottom, and you also don't want them thick. Just bring them up and crumble them like that, and let them continue cooking. You know, once these cook, they work great for a lot of things. They're a great side dish for breakfast or a regular meal, or they're good in burritos and on Mexican food, and they're just good all the way around. They're just the universal food. These are starting to brown on the bottom. They aren't tender yet. By the way, I found a photo of my dad when he was about 16 years old. The photo was taken on the Spur Ranch in West Texas. And my dad and his dad had a difference of opinion when he was about 14 or 15 years old, and his dad gave him a pretty good thrashing, and after everybody went to bed and went to sleep, he saddled the best horse on the place with the best saddle, put his clothes in a pillowcase, and rode out the corral door. And his mother was standing out there waiting on him and said, here's a bag with some food in it. Take care of yourself and come back to see me when you get a chance. And he rode away, and he worked on ranches and whatnot, and this picture is dated 1908, which would have made him about 16 years old. And he's the one sitting in the middle with a dark shirt on, and it looks just like other pictures I've seen of him when he was young. I'm going to put a lid on this to help hold the heat in a little and make them cook a little faster. We'll check them, see how they're doing. Yeah, they're starting to brown on the bottom places. But the real way to test them is see if they're fork tender yet. Nope, they're still firm. So we'll let them cook some more. But this is a good time to add the onions. Now you don't want to put them in to begin with, or they'd cook away to nothing. And those diced onions there, any kind of onion. Just let those cook on top there. Cover them back up. Turn them over again. Yeah, they're starting to brown on the bottom there. But the ultimate test in them is the old pork test. It's hot. Wow, that's hot. Yes, it's still just a little bit, needs a little more salt. And I'll put the bacon in now. more tumble. Now, the residual heat is going to heat them some more, so I'm going to put the lid on them now, put them on the back burners, which hasn't been on, and just let them sit there. And in a little bit they'll be ready to eat, or you can just go ahead and let them cool and put them in a box or bag or something and reheat them later. I might also mention that my dad never returned home until after he died. My grandfather died in 1915, and that would have made my dad 23 years old. And it was shortly after that that he had to register for World War I and go into it. He would be drafted into it. He was sent to France in a machine gun company, and he was there at the armistice, and he said that they all dug in the trenches there. They always looked forward to an artillery bombardment by the Germans, because it would kill mules being used to pull ammunition wagons and supply wagons, and they would have fresh meat for a few days. I was in Korea, and I guess everything considered, I had it pretty soft compared with his life in the Army. He also got his lungs damaged from gas, and he got a Purple Heart. He died before I was 30 years old. So, God bless America, God bless Texas, because where else would you find a place that you could get a photo like this?